Bro, I'm more like...
Yeah, I can tell you know.
Jeff...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! John Cena.
What? But when he gets caught with his hands down and his chin served on a platter for that right hand right there.
I'm not finished yet. And you're not finished with me.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. Those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs.
Whether it's the cost of food, energy, health care, transportation, or housing, America is facing an affordability crisis.
I'm just leaving work and still processing what President Trump said during my show. It was stunning.
There's this fake narrative that the Democrats talk about, affordability. They just say the word. It doesn't mean anything to anybody. You just say it. Affordability. I inherited the worst inflation in history. There was no affordability. Nobody could afford anything. The word affordability is a con job by the Democrats.
A crisis that we are witnessing is fueling cynicism, fear, frustration, and a lack of confidence in our systems. At the same time, AI has started to displace jobs, reshape the future of work, and cause Americans across the country to fear being left behind. Meanwhile, social media, which once promised us to make us feel more connected, is increasingly making us feel more isolated and divided. And all of this is happening against the backdrop of a political system that appears to not only be fractured, but broken.
Just over 1 year ago today, with your help, we saved America. That's what
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about wick cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
happened. We saved.
Speaking from the Poconos, trying to sell his message of economic success as the country grows concerned over the cost of living.
We've created nearly 60,000 new Pennsylvania jobs, including 4,000 Pennsylvania manufacturing jobs that the Democrats gave up on. You're doing better than you've ever done. Under our leadership, more than 40,000 Pennsylvanians have been lifted off of food stamps. 40,000.
A new Reuters Ipsos poll finds 56% disapprove of how the president is handling the cost of living. Just 31% approve. Some critics arguing Trump is not doing enough to address the high cost of living. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says Trump can't deny reality.
Folks can't unsee what they see when they go to the grocery store, which is that beef and OJ and bread and the normal staples that they need in their homes, those prices have dramatically increased on Donald Trump's watch.
The price of groceries is up from a year ago, including products impacted by Trump's tariffs. Coffee up 41%, sirloin steak 20%, frozen orange juice 12%, and bananas now cost nearly 9% more.
They don't use the word chief of staff anymore because of the Indians. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Do we love minors? I love minors. What? Don't forget who? Eggs.
Both parties have failed to hold the public's trust. Government is viewed as fundamentally unable to meet the needs of its people. In these and in so many other ways, the people feel that the very institutions that were designed to support them have failed them. And they are not wrong. We must see what is happening. People are done with the status quo. And they're ready to break things to force change. And so, real talk, right? So in comes Donald Trump, casting himself as the change agent, but with empty promises to the American people. Under his leadership, we all know prices are up, inflation is up, unemployment is up, health care costs for millions of Americans are about to double. We all know that in the midst of all this, the truth and reality of the moment, that just a few days ago, he said the economy was, I had to count the pluses, there are 5. A plus, 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 plus. That's what he said when asked, rate the economy. A plus, 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 plus. There is nothing A plus about any of this.
Democratizing access to these medications and dealing with a moral imperative. But I don't measure it in pounds. I measure it in save lives. People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia, all the things we know are associated with obesity and much more.
Over again, where their priorities are. And, you know, I think that it is having an impact on us that will be lasting. I don't know.
Mad Media News.